Well, today is the 4th of July and we've now landed in England, and well, that's where we are. We're in Bournemouth, so welcome to Bournemouth. Let's go and see what there is to see here in Bournemouth. So this is one of the arcades here in Bournemouth. And we're looking in the bookshop, seeing what's been recently released. It's actually a very pleasant part of Bournemouth. Some of the parts we've already walked through, a little bit of rundown. This is quite a nice little arcade. Some nice watches there. Nice prices too. Some of the architecture is really quite nice around here. I like that. Just go into this arcade. It does seem, yeah, it does seem very quiet, doesn't it?
Friday afternoon.
Well, we have got no idea about Bournemouth, but this looks like a pedestrianised shopping area, so come and have a look. The man with the mobile disco's just gone down with a very strong smell of something. Oh. And just up there I can see Beals, but we've walked past that recently. And that's another one that's all closed down. There's a bit of a breeze blowing.
Breeze? A bit more than that, I think.
Well, for me it's quite pleasant because I was getting a little bit warm. And because I've got my jacket on, and we've dropped the bags off at the hotel. It's a bit too early to check in. Check-in time's 3 o'clock, and it's only 12:30. So we've decided to come into the town and see if we can find somewhere to have a drink, something to eat. There's McDonald's, which is probably where we're not going to go. Bournemouth gifts and souvenirs.
This is where we've just come back to the bank.
Yeah, and that's a shopping arcade, just referred to as the arcade. I was saying to Anita, there's a very strong smell of wacky backy. I thought it's bad in some parts of Palma, but in Mallorca.
Knowing our meetings about he might have responsibility for the general and again, that walking for the reason.
Banks always seem to have nice buildings. That's Barclays. We just walked past Lloyd's. That was a nice building too. I guess it's where all the money is. There is some nice architecture. I mean, the building next to the bank, Barclays, it's been painted white. That looks sacrilegious to me. I think probably underneath that there was some lovely brickwork. Anyway, that's what they've done. And the one next to it, as we get closer, it's got Fat Face at the bottom. But the upper part of that looks absolutely stunning. There's some windows out, perhaps near the top. But that needs restoration, because that is a lovely piece of architecture. And then just up there, Richmond Gardens, a nice lovely building above that, and then we've got some with timber at the top. Well, we've stopped off for our coffee and we're going to have a little bite to it as well, and we ordered a big one and they are very big. Cheers. So Anita chose this Caesar chicken melt. Caesar something. And I chose a jacket potato with pulled pork. That looks quite nice. Looking forward to that.
For a long time.
Well, that's us fed and watered, and I think we're going to go and see if we can find the sea. So we moved away from the town a little bit, which is just over there, and this looks to be a very nice little park. So heading down, so we must be heading towards the sea. So that's my theory. And it's a lovely sunny day. We're taking advantage of it, walking in the park and sitting out in the sun. Little stream here as well. As we've walked around, we've seen lots of buildings which indicate that they are language schools, and there's lots of groups of people who are obviously not English, and it seems that they may be people over here just learning the language.
You can come here like anytime, like, because I usually stay here.
And you can have churros. Oh, we could be in Mallorca. We could be in Spain. Not for me. That's an Adolfo thing. Churros. Nicely kept gardens. Enjoy the flowers.
It's a bit warmer here.
You can entertain setting up or packing up.
Should have brought my parasol. Or it might have flown away. It's a bit windy.
It has been a bit breezy as we've been wandering around. Got lovely temperatures compared with what we've just come from. This is heaven.
Couldn't walk like this in Mallorca at this time, could we?
No, certainly not out in the sun. We're really in the sun now, but it just feels pleasant. There's a breeze to keep you cool. And if we're going to have weather like this while we're here, we'll be happy. We've got palm trees here.
Should we have a photograph here of those flowers?
Set a photograph. Anita does like to have her photos, and then she'll send it to me. I'll stick it on the end of this video. We've got quite a few photographs I've been taking of the buildings as well. They are really beautiful buildings. Some of them need a bit of TLC in the town, but generally nice architecture from a bygone time, bygone day.
It's just like the pavilion gardens.
Yeah, it is referred to as the lower garden.
Theatres here. I've just looked and there's nothing on tonight.
Actually, we're off on our travels again tomorrow, going by ferry tomorrow. But hopefully got a concert organised for tomorrow evening. Got some mini golf. Got Spanish voices. We could be in Palma. Agapanthus. Charlie Sweetlove on the guitar. Some people even brought their own chairs out to sit on lawns. It's a perfect day for that. It's getting warm now though. I'm starting to feel warm. I'm starting to think I want a bench in the shade near somewhere.
Go and sit by the sea.
And I had this jacket potato for lunch with the pulled pork. That was really nice. Nice and flavoursome. Anita had whatever it was, a bit too dry really, and so she's not too happy with that. Hardy Trail. This must be Thomas Hardy. Poet, novelist, born at Higher Bockhampton in 1840 and died at Maxgate, Dorchester, which is where I associate with Thomas Hardy, is Dorchester and Dorset, in 1928.
Hardy liked Bournemouth enough to recommend it to his friends as a holiday place and a good place to winter in. He was a friend of Robert Louis Stevenson, who lived in Bournemouth in the 1880s, and on one visit he stood by the grave of Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley, of course, the writer of Frankenstein.
Can we take a photograph of that?
So it looks as though we're approaching the pier. This is really quite a pretty area, and there is shade if you want it. Huge pine cone over there. I think Anita would be picking that up and taking it with her if she could fit it in a bag. But it was 300 grams underweight. Anita's mine was 100 grams underweight. We did very well with our packing.
Am I going to put all the things I'm going to buy?
Hopefully going to leave some things here. Whoa, there's the big wheel, look.
Press the number in again, and then there's 3 buttons at the top there, but it's the one on the far right.
A group of Spanish students over here on their English learning vacation. And right in front of us, I'm guessing that's the pier. More churros and donuts. Well, I haven't brought a spare battery with me. I haven't checked the battery. Just have a quick check. Whoops, we're getting down to 20%, so
Pretty.
time for a little bit more. Oh yes,
Bottle.
yes. Very pretty. We saw, where did we see that recently? I took a photograph of it somewhere.
Remember.
Can't remember. So on our last visit to Bournemouth, which was a couple of years ago, we came here for lunch before we went off to the airport. And we went to the fish and chip shop, which was Harry Ramsden's. It's nice, I enjoyed it. Loud music over there. Halloumi fries. Just going to go under the big wheel.
Last time we came here when they'd had incidents on the beach, wasn't
There
it?
was somebody was killed with the boat, was it?
What was it? I can't remember what it was.
A boat ran into some people or somebody killed them. One thing you get here that you don't get in Mallorca is a tide. And that is where the sea goes up and down twice a day. And so you have to know whether the tide's in or out, whether the sea's a long way or close to the shore. And that's the pier there. And this is the promenade. And Harry Ramsden's just up there. It's the famous fish and chip place. There's a plaque there. Got to take a photograph of the plaque. So here we come down to the famous Bournemouth beach, and it's actually been designated one of the best beaches in the country.
It's Harry Ramsden.
It's Harry Ramsden's up there. That's where we sat. Lovely soft sand. And there's no, I'm going to say there's no sun lounges. There's no sun lounges here, but there's a bit further down. No barbecues until 6 p.m. And there's the proper lifeguard station there. And the telescope. You have to have a telescope, don't you? This Harry Ramsden's on this side, look, is enormous. We sat up there somewhere when we came, but then there was a huge section inside as well, top and bottom. Huge place. I wonder how many covers they do a day. So I was about to say that there are no beach beds, certainly no parasols, but there's beach beds over here that you can rent, though not many people are taking advantage of that. Quite a few people in the sea. It's a bit choppy out there. It has been windy. And we have showers on the beach. Didn't have them in my day. And there are facilities at the back. Toilets over there. Seems good to know. So beach furniture hire, deck chairs £6, sunbeds £11.50, parasols £10.50, windbreaks £10.50. So my guessing is if that's 2 sunbeds and a parasol, you're going to be spending over 30 quid.
No wonder there's nobody on them.
Wow! And they think they're expensive in Palmanova. Welcome to Bournemouth. That's what it means by a deck chair. Some people have taken those away. The idea of having windbreaks is something I can remember from my youth, going to the beach in the UK, and you just had something. You had to have something just to keep the wind off you.
Stop the sand blowing in there as well.
I'm looking at walking along here, and I'm just wondering how we're going to get up, because we all need to be up there.
Go back up there.
There are some beach huts down there as well. These are the sort of things that sell for thousands. Not Not thousands, tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands as well. A map, and a little, if we carry on walking along here, there is a way to get up to where we will need to be, near to our hotel, so we can walk along. Just seen a whole group of seagulls ravaging some scrap of food that they found. And here are the beach huts that we're talking about.
Not as nice as the ones in Leon-the-Solent.
No. A little bit dilapidated. One of them's got a plaque on it though. Every time I see one of these plaques, I have to have a look to see what it is. So these are referred to as municipal beach huts, and this is actually the first municipal beach hut in the UK, designed and built under the guidance of Frederick Percy Dollimore, 1869 to 1951. He was the chief assistant borough engineer and surveyor. So Bournemouth beach bungalow, constructed in 1909, over 100 years ago. Hey, every day's a school day. Back to the promenade, and it is a nice level flat promenade down here. The issue is to get off the promenade and to anywhere, it's up there. A lot of these students are Spanish. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And you can have a bicycle hire. 1 hour, £6, £20 a day. Or Anita and I could have a tandem. £40 a day. Bicycle me for two.
You can go on the front.
Yes, dear. But it is a huge beach, and you just get away from the pier. Just get away from the pier a little bit, and you sort of got large expanses of sand and lots of space to enjoy the beach. And there's the pier with a helter-skelter at the end. Helter-skelter. I think as a little boy, as a sort of a 5-year-old boy, I used to love the helter-skelter. You got your mat and you went up all the stairs, got to the top, sat on the mat, and 2 seconds later you were at the bottom.
Wanting to have another go.
Yeah. And then helter-skelter got a different meaning in the 60s, was it? Charles Manson.
Was it a song by the Beatles?
Yeah. Very much associated with the Manson murders. See the flags waiting, blowing in the winds here. It really is windy. And that's what just flattens all of the sand out. Don't know. I'm guessing they do go over it here and clean it. We have a tractor going across.
Thank you very much.
Of course, when you're out in the sun like this and there's a cold breeze, or a cool breeze, you don't really appreciate the fact that you're still getting sunburnt. Actually, people along here with tents, I'm not sure how that's allowed. I think my battery must be getting very low now, so I'll just cut off as we go along, and I'll let you see where we go up.
Where do we go up? Where those houses are right over there?
So I don't know. We'll see. So here's the sign to let us know where we are, and it says you are here, and we've got this zigzag path, which is that one there, which is going to take us all the way up to the road at the top. Got a bit of climbing to do. I think we'll catch up with you when we get to the top. Oh, it's a steep path, but there are places where you can take the weight off your feet before you start to attacking the next little one. We're hardly anywhere up it yet, but we're on the way. Not much further to go. Well, we made it to the top, and we were greeted by the red arrows right up there. Look, way. Well, my father was a postman, so I've always been interested in things post related, in particular post boxes. Now this is an unusual one because it's not the regular round one, and it's a very different shape indeed. It's hexagonal, is it? Anyway, it's a VR, so this is one of the very first of the post boxes, and it looks as though it's still in use. Well, we've made it back to the hotel, and it is on over 9,000 steps.
I'm taking my jacket off.
And so, nice little relax, find a room, and then we're out again this evening, I suppose. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Heat is climbing, skies on fire. Mallorca burning, hearts conspire. Steve and Anita, bags in tow, dreaming places where breezes blow, and go